Jessica, and this is ATC Presents Daebak K-Rambles, where a couple of friends review Korean dramas, and it is season 3. I'm not sure if this is the first episode of season 3 or a later episode. Things sometimes shake down differently, but thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for coming back with us. We're so excited for season 3. I have with me today Miguel, returning guest. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks, Jessica. How you doing?
I'm doing well. We're recording this before your big move to Japan. So
Yep.
I'm excited that you found a little bit of time to watch the show we're talking about today and that we can discuss it and just go down the rabbit hole here a little bit.
Very happy to. very
Yes.
happy to.
A little housekeeping. If this is your first time listening, thank you for giving us a try. Go ahead and subscribe on your favorite podcast app. We're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and many more. And if you like us, please give us a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Come and check us out on social media. That's where I run wild. And I also let you know what our latest episodes and reviews are. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at ATC Daebak Pod. And lastly, if you're a fan, please consider becoming a patron. It's such a great way for you to get involved and show your support. For as little as $2 a month, you can become a patron and get exclusive content. Like I just started doing little mini episodes for you guys, just for the Daebak fans on Patreon. And you can only find that on patreon.com/alwayscriticpod. Become a patron. Okay,
Yep.
Miguel, we're going to be talking about Snowdrop today. And Snowdrop, if you guys don't know, was a show that aired originally from December 2021 to January 2022. So it's pretty not too old for us. We're recording this in June, the last day of June in 2022. So it's just a few months old. So the synopsis reads, in 1987, a bloody man jumps into a women's university dormitory in Seoul. Jung-do, a female university student who falls in love with him at first sight on a group blind date, takes care of him despite the strict surveillance and dangerous situation. However, Jung-do is shocked to learn his secret. Despite heartbreakingly watching over his first love, Jung-do, Suho has no choice but to move according to the command. This makes no sense. Okay. It's trying not to spoil anything, but it's weird. Okay, he has no choice but to move according to the command in order to save his teammates and to go back to his home country where his sibling awaits. Jung-do rejects the will of her father and works hand in hand with Suho to save her beloved man and her friends. What will happen to their fate?
This is so... This synopsis is exactly why I didn't expect anything in the show to happen. I was like, wait, what?
What? Okay. So this is 16 episodes long. Why? I don't know. We'll get into it.
We need to contact the
talk about-
creators, the writers, someone. Like, that was my first, second, and third question in this whole drama. Like, this is 16 episodes.
Why?
Why?
Okay. The director
They're
is...
an hour and a half each.
I know, man. Oh my God. We'll get into it. We'll get into it. Don't worry. So it's directed by Jo Hyun-tak, and he directed Sky Castle, among other things. Sky Castle is a huge show that we may or may not be covering in season 3. And it's written by Yoo Hyun-ni, and she also worked with the director before. She wrote Sky Castle, and she's also written Bridal Mask from 2012. Those are just a couple of her filmography
Entries.
entries. My God. Okay, so it stars Jung Hae-In as Lim Suho, and he's been in a bunch of stuff, including Tune In for Love, which is, I believe, a Netflix original with Kim Go-eun as well from Goblin. So he's been in a bunch of movies, but I think people know him best from his TV work, which includes, Something in the Rain, which is something that we covered on season 2. That was a whole great conversation with my guest Caitlin. And then he was also in One Spring Night, and I think he also had a cameo in Goblin with Kim Go-eun. Like, he's been everywhere. And I think that this year for him, 2021 to 2022 was a really good year because it was Snowdrop and then DP, which he was up for a Baeksan Award as well for his role in DP.
There you have it.
So really great actor. I love Jung Hae-In. I don't know if you've seen him before.
I have.
Miguel.
I have.
Okay.
Yeah. Pretty solid chops.
Yeah, I love him. I adore him. I think he's so hot. Okay, anyway. Actor.
He has very clear skin. It's pretty remarkable.
Clear skin. Yeah, no, the texture of his face. I don't. Anyway, his co-star is Kim Ji-Soo. That's Ji-Soo from Blackpink. She plays Eun Young-ro, and this is her first starring role. She's only ever played a bit part on Arthdal Chronicles, which is a terrible fantasy K-drama. Do not watch Arthdal Chronicles, even if you are a big Blackpink fan.
Oh, no.
So Ji-Soo, first big role. And we have a bunch of supporting characters, and I'll go through them pretty fast. We have Jang Sung-jo. He plays Lee Gang-moo, Black Tiger. And he's been in The Good Detective, Chocolate, Encounter, Familiar Wife, pretty big shows. It also stars Jung Yoo-jin as Jung Ha-na. And she plays an agent. I'll just leave it at that. She's been in Romance is a Bonus Book, Still 17, Something in the Rain with Jung Hae-In, and W2 Worlds Apart. So I really like her filmography. I think that you've probably seen her more often than not.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we have Yoo-na, who plays Kang Chung-ya. And I won't say at all what her character is. That's a major spoiler. But she's been in Touch Your Heart, Guardian, Goblin, The Great and Lonely God, My Love from the Star, You're the Best, Queen and Hyun's Man, one of my favorite oldies from 2012, Greatest Love, Secret Garden. She has a great filmography. She's been in a ton of things, and I'm so happy to see her again.
Yeah, she's like such a veteran. I recognized her right on the spot because my heyday with like K-drama was like 2008 to like 2012. Mm-hmm. So when I saw her, I was like, oh my God, she's back.
Yeah, it's her. Yeah, she's great. And then to round out the cast, we have Kim Min-kyu, who plays Ju Gyok-chan. Won't say at all what his character is. And he's been in, of course, Business Proposal from earlier this year, 2022. He's been in So I Married the Anti-Fan from 2021, Backstreet Rookie, Rain or Shine, aka Just Between Lovers. I don't know why they have two different names for some of these shows.
I really don't.
And Because This Is My First Life, which I highly recommend watching Because This Is My First Life. Even if he has a smaller role in it. So, Kim Min-kyu, great year for him as well.
Very.
Okay, we have the cast out of the way, and we've had a few giggles, and we've joked our way through this so far. What did you think of Snowdrop?
Oh, God. All right. So, I liked it. Like, okay. I want to get that out of the way. Like, I did enjoy it.
Okay.
But there are so many caveats and asterisks and points of contention that I have with it. But I did enjoy it. I thought that all of the characters were really solid. There were certainly so many of them. Like there were like so many characters in this drama. And they all got pretty equal screen time. And there's like, 4 plot lines going at once? Mm-hmm. It was a mess, but a good mess. So I generally enjoyed it. Everybody acted really well in it.
Yeah.
The story itself, there's really only so much we can say before getting into spoilers, but I like that it took a turn. I thought it was going to be like your average K-drama. I went into this thing blind. Like I didn't read on it. And it took like the biggest, fattest turn. Just like 5 episodes in, I'm like, how did we get here?
Yeah.
Like we were in the 90s listening to audio cassettes and dancing and like going on blind dates, and then suddenly what happens. And I'm like, where the hell am I?
Well, where the hell am I?
But it was, I really enjoyed it. I think the leads had chemistry, which we'll get into.
Sorry. I don't mean to keep laughing.
No, it's fine. Suffice it to say I enjoyed it, and we'll get into the details why later.
Okay.
But and the setting. I love the setting.
You love the setting. Okay.
Oh yeah. Like they're
late
in
80s.
Yeah, in late 80s, but they also have like they're in a women's dormitory, so it has like this kind of like dark academia thing going. Like,
yeah, it looks like if Professor Xavier's school for gifted children was in Korea, it looked like this dorm.
I'm like, what is this European vine-covered building doing in Korea? Like, I was so confused with the stained glass windows, and I love the setting for it. And the outfits. Okay. It was great. There's so much. Fits? Okay. Yeah, it worked. What about you? What did you think?
Oh, man. Okay, so God, I wanted to like this show because I feel like I was immersed in the controversy and I knew who was starring in it. I knew that it wasn't going to end up on Disney Plus right away, so I was upset about that. And I think that, I mean, my love for Jung Hae-In kind of like sold me like, oh, this is probably going to be an amazing showcase for him, which 100% it was.
For sure. In spite of some things.
Yes, in spite of some things. But did I like the show? No. I think I liked the beginning of the show and the end of the show. And like the 8 to 10 episodes that are in between, I just want to toss them in the trash and light it on fire. Because it's not that I disliked where the plot went. I just think I disliked how long the plot stayed stagnant in this one spot for the entire length of the show.
I can agree with that. Yeah. That's the big caveat. When I say I like it, I guess you have the exact way to articulate it that I mean. I love the beginning, I love the end, and I love the general idea. But bro, this thing was so long.
Worst executed storyline of all time.
By far.
It really, by far. And a lot of the side characters, my God, I didn't give two shits about them. So we're having extended scenes with these characters that I do not give a shit about. And then, oh yeah, let's go back to our two leads, Jung Hae-In and Ji-Soo, and like, what are they up to? And it's like, no, let's just stick with like the heaviest part of the show. The one with the most emotional, distressing damage that's happening.
We need a new cut between of the show. We need a new cut of the show. I guarantee you that if they focused on the most interesting parts, this show could have been like a 3-hour movie. Guaranteed. That's me being just a little bit exaggerated and reductive, but at the very least, this could have been like a 6 or 7 episode show.
Yeah, I agree. I was like, this could have been a 12 episode. This could have been a 10.
We spent 24 hours on this. Do you realize this?
Oh my God.
24 hours. Like,
it was such a waste. I felt like each episode was such a waste, and they kept spinning its wheels, and a lot of the politics was very confusing to me. I have in my notes, like, I'm so confused, period. And I told you, first of all, you picked this show because you said, yes. I was like, here are all the shows that I'm thinking of. Like, let me know which one you want to do. Like, it's up to you. And you chose Snowdrop. I was like, okay, cool. This is like going to be a juicy episode. I just know it. And we met up a few weeks ago for a dinner, and you were like, oh yeah, I'm about to start Snowdrop. And I was like, I have literally watched I've watched 15 minutes of episode 1, and I'm hella confused. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
In my notes, I even have, bro, this is dragging. I don't know if you can see that. It says, bro, this show is dragging. Like,
it is dragging.
Like, and
it's dragging like a horse behind a carriage.
And for, out of respect of the listeners and just general integrity, like, I found myself mindlessly, like, I'm there watching, and I would just start like fast forwarding. I'm like, oh wait, I can't do that. Like, I need to, because I was like, no, like, sis, I get it, but we've been here for 10 episodes.
Oh, like, it's God. Just,
and the beginning of each new episodes. The beginning of each episode spends 5 minutes going over the last 5 minutes of the last show. Like, they repeated the scene.
Yeah, like a lot of the oh my God. Anyway,
the bonus.
We can rank.
Did you watch the bonuses? Did you get there, or did you skip them? I'm
the worst like K-drama watcher because I never stick around to watch the preview of the next episode, right? Which comes, like, they do like the credits, they have the little sponsors pop up, and the OST kicks in, and I'm like, next episode. Like, right. I do not stick around for the preview, and what ends up happening is I miss all the bonuses.
And they came up. The thing is, Disney Plus puts the button skip whatever when the bonus is about to start, so I would have to manually go out so it wouldn't kick me to the next. What a baffling choice for Disney Plus.
A few bonuses, but not the entire 16 episode bonus.
There's a couple of good ones
bits.
In there. Ugh. There's a couple of really good ones in there. Oh, there's one that's my favorite, but that's a huge spoiler. But question for you. Is this Disney Plus's first original K-drama? Like, is with their exclusive rights or whatever?
Ooh, I think it might be.
Because that's certainly
I know they
choice.
also did soundtrack number 1 or something, like soundtrack number something, which was also an original Disney Plus K-drama, but that one was only a couple of episodes. Like that was like a totally different even system.
This
that
is
they
pretty
did. It wasn't a
spicy
16 episode
for a Disney Plus curated show.
Well, the thing is, they sell it as. I was confused about the marketing for Snowdrop.
It was
because
misleading.
the marketing was extremely misleading.
Mm-hmm.
It was not this like high stakes, deadly thing that was happening, very politically charged. No, this was a romance between two young people that may or may not be star-crossed lovers.
Across 24 hours.
The time, oh my God, let's talk about that. So the marketing, terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Second, the timing that happens in this show was extremely difficult to wrap my head around. Because it could be 2 episodes, that's 1 day of time has passed, like in the show. You know what I'm
saying? There's characters that complain, and we'll get into the plot point, but there's characters that complain like, hey, this has been going on for 5 days. I'm like, how the hell? Like, it's only been 1 episode.
Yeah.
In 9 days, this is going to happen, but somehow 7 days had already passed. Like, I don't...
Oh my God. I got so confused, baffled by how much time had passed.
They didn't...
It was like, oh, this was happening here and this was happening here, and like all these things happening, machinations. Oh, we got to stop this. Oh, somebody got killed. And then
families are going missing.
End of the day. If people are going missing, and it's like only 1 day has passed. I was like, this was a day? Was this Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Like, he did everything.
The clothes, the hair, the makeup. I'm like, it's been 8 days. How do they look like this?
Oh my God.
I
okay.
don't know.
Okay, so we probably have things that we like. I think that thing that we both liked is the chemistry between the leads.
Yes, very romantic. Like, right from the jump.
I was hoping that we'd get more out of it.
Yes.
Not like physically or anything, but I just thought that we were going to get more moments between them, more dialogue between them.
They certainly had the time to do it. They just didn't use it. Like, the fact that we only get a blind date between them before everything really kicks off is a crime. Like, they should have had a couple of dates, a meetup, something, but I don't... Is it earned? Is the romance earned? Like,
right.
Because, yeah, there's something there. There's a spark. But we never really went out beyond the spark. We just kind 100%. Of stayed in the spark, and then it turned into, dare I say, Stockholm Syndrome. Like, I don't...
Yes, I have that in my notes, too.
I was watching this. I'm like, this isn't okay.
This is problematic now.
Super, and very quickly.
Like, on the drop of a hat, we're in problematic territory. Mm-mm. Okay, so I don't want to spoil anything, so I'm just going to talk about the controversy really fast. All and right. I don't think you know about the controversy.
I do not. I'm blind to this completely. Okay.
So these are some quotes, and I'm going to try and string it together to make a coherent thing. So Snowdrop uses South Korea's history of the democratic movement of 1987 as a backdrop for the K-drama. So if that makes sense... This whole political environment was absolutely true to life. And a petition to have Snowdrop taken off the air was sent to the Blue House because people were in an uproar and I'll explain in a minute. But the Blue House is the Korea's White House. They sent this to the president, and it had like over 230,000 signatures. It was like crazy. He denied it, didn't give it the time of day, and he said to respect the freedom and independence of the media, which is pretty important, I would say.
I'd say so, yeah.
But yeah, the people that were very upset with the drama feared that the K-drama showed certain characters in a different light. One fan said it this way. They said, to put it into context, what would be your reaction if you saw a romance Netflix series that portrays the Nazis as somewhat likable and glorifies them? So here's the crux of the issue. The young protesters during this era in the late 1980s were integral to the formation of South Korea's democracy, which still exists today. And Korean viewers said that Snowdrop insensitively rewrites this history by centering a North Korean character. And the Korean Herald said This is particularly egregious because many South Korean students were tortured and killed under the justification that they were North Korean spies, which were bold-faced lies. Snowdrop could lead viewers unfamiliar with South Korea's history to believe that some South Korean activists actually were North Koreans in disguise, which is an erroneous narrative pushed by conservatives in the country, like, at the time. And then there were also early uproars about the fact that Youngro, Ji-Soo's character, was originally named after a real activist, a real woman whose husband was beaten during the protests, which led to her character being renamed from Yongcho to Youngro.
Jesus.
It's kind of a mess because people are extremely sensitive about this time in Korean history, and they don't want it being misrepresented. And it's actually pretty insensitive and like disrespectful. I think people were saying it was extremely disrespectful to kind of write this story around these really emotionally charged incidents.
Like, I'm laughing, but I'm not laughing. I just need to make that clear. I'm just like, yikes.
I know. So
no.
I don't think we've given much away by talking about the controversy, but what are your thoughts on Snowdrop through the lens of the Korean controversy?
So the main disclaimer I have to put here is that this isn't a political time that is in any way native to me. In fact, I only recently found out that they weren't as free as they are now in the 80s. South Korea.
Yes, it was under a military regime, a dictatorship.
Right. So I wasn't familiar with that. In terms of like events and consequence, though, from an American lens, we have so many controversial stories here based around real world events all the time. So this is kind of like standard for us, I would say. But I see why people would get upset.
Yes.
The main love story is really awkward when you recognize it for exactly what it is. It's uncomfortable. And, even though he kind of like, there's a redemption arc and there's all sorts of stuff. It's like, how do you justify a romance between these two, considering what we know? So I would say, I guess I understand why it's controversial, and that sucks, but also like,
right.
It's I like the decision that they released it anyway, because it's true. Like, you can't just not talk about it either.
Right. I'm of the opinion that it's okay for it to be made because they're taking extreme creative license to craft a story around a certain time, and they set it in the late 1980s on top of this democratic movement on purpose, right?
Right. So,
which is fine. But I think we're way removed from something this, politically charged. We're talking about Korean citizens who have memory and of this democratic movement.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
They're now parents who are, very hesitant to talk about this tumultuous time in history because they were part of it.
Right, like Youngro would be my mom's age now.
Right.
Like, it wasn't that long ago.
It's not that long ago.
So can you imagine being like of that age and being like, what? Just like
watching. And then you do this show and you're like, this is an insult.
Yeah. Like, no.
This feels like an insult.
It's horrible.
Yeah. It's giving credence, however little credence, to the people that, kind of were in power at the time. And the military regime.
It was interesting, though, the way that they kind of framed the good side. The good side. It kind of, I think that's the only thing that kind of got me, is that we'll talk about it, but everybody in power, the ones that we traditionally view as good and bad, they were all extremely corrupt. So
yeah.
Like that show, like, I was clutching my pearls about how incredibly corrupt everybody was around this. So I thought that maybe that would soften the blow of the controversy, but as far as I can tell, it's only made it worse. So
right. And the showrunners were basically like, look, the students protesting and that whole bit of the show is literally only a framing device, and it's in the first couple of episodes and then you don't see it again. So like, please give it a chance. It's not what you think it's about. And like they ended up like, they could air their show. It aired and people watched it, but it definitely was hurt by the controversy. I would say.
I would say so too. I mean, 235,000 signatures is nothing to sneeze at. Like,
Yeah, for them to. Well, I heard that I think it's well above the number of signatures that is needed to get the president to address it, like to say something about it
And he
within
was like,
30
nah.
days. And he was like, I'm not going to take it off the air. Like, it can stay on the air because of XYZ. So he did address it. He just didn't do what the people wanted.
Exactly.
What the signatures were begging for.
Probably for the best.
Yeah, probably for the best. I mean, I could probably craft a story that's similar to this one that would affect us in much the same way as maybe the Koreans were affected. If maybe we set a love story during the time of 9/11.
Oh, God, yeah.
And the male lead is like the son of Osama bin Laden. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like, it's not that far off. And it sounds
that's
goofy.
kind of
but it's
close.
Like, yeah, it's
that's kind of
pretty
close to what happened. Yeah. It's kind of close to Snowdrop.
Maybe we could do without.
If you say it out loud, you're like, this is dumb as shit. Like, who's going to do this? This is terrible.
How do you greenlight that? Like, oh, it's a romance. Oh, well, if it's a romance.
If it's a romance.
Starts here. Let's go. What's that girl from Blackpink doing? Come on, let's get everybody.
Okay, that's all I have on the controversy, and I think we're just done. We're ready to talk spoilers.
We got to go in.
Okay, let's do it. We're gonna talk spoilers right after this.
Excuse me, 뭐라고?
아이, 괜찮아.
You know, I have no 친구. Oh, sorry.
Swear, disgusting shit.
Okay, we're on the other side of spoilers, so if you do not care to be spoiled, if you do not care to be spoiled on Snowdrop, then stop listening and come back later after you've watched the show. Okay, Miguel. I forgot to ask you what your soju bottle score for Snowdrop is. So do you want to give that right now, real fast?
Yes, I'm going to go ahead and give it 2.5 bottles of soju.
2.5 bottles of soju. I think I will give it the same.
Yeah.
2.5 bottles of soju.
It was almost there. They had something. They had something, but
They had a glimmer of something. I didn't know what to do with it. Or they just stomped on it for 16 episodes.
yeah, they kind of just like, I felt like they were stalling for time for 8 episodes. It's like, okay,
yes.
well, now we get, if I have to see one more fucking gun pulled on someone for 3 minutes straight, I'm like, I was like, just shoot them, just shoot them,
God.
shoot something, and it's always not loaded, and I was like, no, like,
So this show should be called The Spy Who Loved Me. First of all, that's a way better title than Snowdrop. What do you think they were going for with Snowdrop being the title?
I really don't know. Like, I've looked at it from every angle, and I don't get it.
I don't get it either. Maybe their love was as precious and like melted like a snowdrop.
It was
like,
effervescent,
very
and
fleeting.
temporary. Yeah. I love the font of the logo. Like, I was like, wow, this is beautifully. And is snowdrop a word? Wouldn't it be like, is snowdrop like, what's a snowdrop? Like,
A snowdrop is a real word.
Is it?
Okay, don't break your brain over the word snowdrop. But anyway, yeah. So Jung is not a student protester in distress and in need of for them to hide him. He's really a North Korean spy who's in the South doing a job which is like for a coalition of North and South.
I still don't know why they were spying.
The South is paying the North to send Northern spies to kidnap some influential professor to take him to the North to make it seem as if he's defected to the North. And that is a huge blow to the opposition party who could potentially take over the government when the election happens in a few days. Do I have that right? I think that's
you do.
What it is.
That's 1/8 of the story.
1/8 of the story.
Then you have
because
their wives for some reason, like going to
the
fortune
wives of these
tellers
high
and
up.
shit. Like,
Oh my god.
so there's 3 wives. There's 3 wives to one for the Secretary of Defense, one for the current standing president, and one for what is it? The president wannabe, the guy with the glasses.
There's okay, yeah. So
Yeah.
there's one is Young-ro's stepmother. and then one is another two other cabinet members or something.
And
It
Young-ro's
doesn't even
stepmother
matter.
is like married to the current president, right? Like, or the
No,
current, the current
none
lead
of
of
those
the ANSP.
none of those ladies were the current presidents.
Okay, so they
the
all
dictator's
wanted
wife.
to be. They all wanted
They
to be.
all
a
were
wife.
vying for their husband to be president, which is I do not give two shits about.
Neither did
their
they. Were all
story.
trying to be Jackie O, and they were all hanging out like at an Hermes type parlor.
Yes,
Like,
because
they're
one
hanging out
of the
department
wives
store.
had her own boutique. Like she ran her own boutique and was like clothing all of the ladies.
And they
in their
treated her
finery.
horribly always.
Everyone, all the women treated each other horribly. They were horrible people, and their husbands were not any better. They were even worse if you think about it.
Kim Tae-in,
And
was
I
that
don't
his name?
care.
He yelled way too much every
Oh
time
my
he was on screen. I'm like,
God.
bro, you're so annoying.
It's screaming. He was screaming the entire show.
The times
I
had to
literally
lower
had that
it.
in my notes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm over it.
I was so
I'm
over
over
it.
it.
And I hated the wives just because there's nothing. So, where do we even start with them? Do you even want to
Okay,
get
so
into them? Like
No, I
the
don't.
fortune
I don't really want to
teller,
get
the
into.
13 virgins, like that was kind
Oh
of
my
weird.
god, that was nuts. That was like the most. I don't even know what to call that. Like that is the most craziest.
Well, let's go over the
Side
basic
plot.
premise. Like what happens? Like we find
The
out he's a
wives-
North Korean
okay.
spy, and then
But the wives are obsessed
Yeah.
with getting their husbands to the top position, and that's fine. They go visit a fortune teller who's supposedly very good at what he does, and he tells one of the wives that her husband will be, president or what have you, only if he appeases a snake god that his previous an ancestor of his killed. And the snake god is very vengeful, and unless they sacrifice 13 virgins to this snake god,
please.
then his presidency is off the table. I thought that was goofy as shit.
It was way too much. Like it was all way too much.
Right. So then Young-ro's stepmom is literally trying her best to get exactly 13 girls in the dorm killed.
Right, because then we find out this dude is like a North Korean spy, so he basically locks down a dorm that Young-ro and her friends and everybody is in.
But it's because he went back to see her.
Yeah, for love. Because of a paper plane. Those damn
When was
paper
the last
planes.
time you threw paper planes out the window? I am scared to even litter, let alone she's consistently throwing little diary papers.
And she's not even like a
shaped like paper
prisoner. Like they can leave. Like she could have gone outside and like tied it to the fence if that was her whole thing. Like I don't get it.
You're like,
bro.
why the paper planes?
It's so archaic. It's like when they have like, I don't know, like Korean shows also have that thing where they'll show up with a pinwheel. Like who has a pinwheel? When's the last time you've ever seen a pinwheel?
Inception.
Yeah.
It's in the vault.
It's a fool's errand. They
If
never
Young-ro was
upgraded
in
their toys.
Inception, if we went inside Young-ro's mind as 3 levels deep, as if this was Inception, inside her vault would be a paper plane.
Wet paper planes. Maybe that's the
A wet
Snowdrop
paper-
because they got wet with snow. Like maybe that's the point. So
Oh,
they hold
God.
the whole dorm hostage, and that's basically
It
where
gets
the bulk of the
messy.
show takes
It
place.
gets-
The whole thing
Yes.
is in that dorm.
I didn't think that would happen. That they
Neither
would
did
just
I.
set the whole entire show inside the dormitory.
I thought that was going to be like 3 episodes tops.
I was shocked. Yeah, exactly.
We were there
Same.
the
I thought it would
whole time.
the whole time.
And I looked ahead. I was like, "Are we still in the dorm?" And I look at episode
Oh
10
my
when I was on
God.
episode like 5, and I was like, "We're still in the dorm. That's it. Like this is where we're gonna be." Now it was a very nice dorm though. Like I'm obsessed.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it was
with,
beautiful, yeah.
Like I'm obsessed.
Very
like the
aesthetic.
chapel, but therein lies the problem, right? So the characters are being held hostage. Fine. There's high stakes between North and South communicating with each other. Fine. But then the show gets so repetitive so fast. People are held at gunpoint constantly, but no one ever gets killed. There's vague threats about what'll happen if you leave the building, so there's constant standoffs between the North Korean guards or the hostage holders and the hostages. But nothing moves forward. We get like half an inch per episode. We waste like easily like 20 minutes on the wives, 40 minutes on
The husbands.
Yeah, the husbands, and then whatever
Yelling back and forth.
Whatever's left goes on the hostages, and the hostages and what's happening in the building is the only real interesting part. The espionage was cool though. I was obsessed with the espionage. You had no idea you had no idea who to trust. The doctor they send in.
That was the thing that I found. Okay, let's talk about this. So you're right. I think I like the show when it's just in the vacuum of the dormitory. But then they start playing with us. I think the writer starts toying with us because then there's too many spies because it's like too many coincidences where it's like, oh yeah, the female doctor who's having an affair with one of the cabinet members gets sent in. She's the only doctor that can arrive in 20 minutes or whatever, like their deadline is. And of course, she's a high-ranking North Korean spy, deep undercover. So she's obviously on the North Korean side.
Been in the country for 17 years.
17 years?
How
like,
old is she?
What the hell?
I was
that was another question I had was, I guess I don't know how old she is.
They framed it like she was younger than, or whatever. It's fine.
I don't know.
She's a spy,
I think
everyone.
she was older.
She's a spy. That was the only reveal that I kind of saw coming.
No, yeah, that was telegraphed.
That was like, from the second they showed her, I'm like, she looks like a North Korean spy. And look, she turned out to be. So I saw that one coming, but then we have Director P.
Yeah, the hall director.
The hall director, who was like...
What the hell was that? She was also undercover for the ANSP, like the police.
And she had hours and hours and hours of recording of everybody in every dorm. That just seems like improbable.
They wiretapped the entire dorm.
And she was giving Marie Curie. Did you notice that? Like the hair, the dress. I was like, what? It wasn't until the last episode. I was like, who is this bitch? And it's like, oh, it's the girl who solved polio. It's her.
Oh my God. Yeah, her getup was, I don't know, like Lady Tremaine from Cinderella. Like, what even?
the boots with like the stockings.
Yeah.
I was like, what is going on?
Her exercising the girls. Did you like that part?
I lost it. When I tell you I lost it. She just pops onto the scene and she's like, yeah. I was like, yeah, there we are.
Oh man, so she has like a secret that needs to be kept as well. Her secret's stupid as shit as well. When they finally reveal that she knew the telephone operator's sister, they knew each other, and then the older sis and her became acquainted in Germany, and then some professor of theirs went to Pyongyang, North Korea, and then
it's like the smallest world.
I was like, this world is too small. It implicated the boyfriend, and then the two women were framed for being North Korean spies. Like, I don't get the fact that one, like, he cheated on her, like, with her best friend, and then the best friend got pregnant. Like, it was, like, nutso.
It was too much.
It got so makjang at the end of the show. Like, well, throughout the show was getting progressively more makjang. It was just, like, over the top, hyperbole. Like, that didn't even fit the tone of the show.
I was mad because I liked her. I liked the hall director's character so much. Like, I thought she was
going to be a linchpin character.
Yeah, me too.
I thought she was going to make a big difference in the plot.
Because she was cool as shit, dude. Like, she was very stoic. She was super hard. And when they finally reveal, I'm like, man, y'all did her so bad.
And you wrote that shit so bad.
I was so mad. Oh, I got to talk about this.
Okay, tell me.
What was her name? Beorok, but basically the telephone operator.
The telephone operator. Let's talk about her.
Homegirl was so desperate. Like, when I lost it when they're like, can you get me an English copy of Romeo and Juliet? And she's walking in her like polka dot dress and beret with the book like all obvious. She was like the pick-me to end all pick-me's.
Oh my God.
I felt bad for her until I stopped feeling bad for her. I was like, now you're just selling everyone out.
Same, because then she started selling people out. Bitch. She started partnering up with the North Koreans. She held the hall director up at gunpoint. Like, she was like going
and tried to empty a clip on her too. Like, she's like shooting.
She actually shot her. I mean,
they even had to tell her like, "Yo, there's no bullets in that gun. Like, like you can stop now." Bro, she sold out the people in
She
there.
sold out so many times.
I counted. It was 7 times. 7
No.
times they told her, hey, stop trying to contact people. Hey, stop trying to do this. Hey, stop. And she did it anyway until the very end. And then what was that supposed to be when like the hall director and the telephone operator are still working there together and
What
giving
the
each other a
hell?
knowing smile? I would have thrown her to the curb, bro.
Oh my god, that fucking klepto. How dare she still work there?
And she's wearing
She kept it.
the white Marie Curie dress now. I was like, what?
Yeah, in episode 3, I have in my notes, the bitch who keeps stealing. I hate her. She's got such a smug look on her face and manipulates Youngro. I hate when she cooperates with the police and wants whistleblower money. Geez, I know she's poor and can't attend college, but damn, she's so unlikable.
Super unlikable. And I don't... They push that poor narrative so hard, but we didn't get any motives. Like, what did she want? Just to be like a college student? Like, is that it? Like, I wrote... Let me see, where is it? Yeah, I wrote, I love the telephone operator with her little Shakespeare book. She just can't do anything right. And
Yep.
let's see. Need the doctor was that. Oh, I have here Miss P's exercise sent me. So there's the... I don't... It was so ridiculous. What did you think of... So
I don't understand why they had to kill Youngro's brother.
that
Like
was
he
so
was
confusing
again
to
like
me.
the biggest coincidence that he like stood in on night duty for a friend who was feeling sick, and then it ended up being that he was on the ship that caught the North Koreans taking the professor who was defecting to the north, and then there was a shootout and like he dies, and you're just like, what? Why? Like,
what
was that
universe?
necessary? Yeah.
We didn't even need the brother as a character.
No.
Like, he didn't even need to be a thing. And here's, we've arrived to really the crux of my problem with this show. We're supposed to believe that after all that, she still loves him. The young girl.
Oh my
still
god,
loves
let's
him.
talk about the romance, because I think we have a lot of issues with the subplots and the side characters. Tons of issues. But let's talk about Youngdo and Suho, because their relationship is really the driver of the story. At least I want to believe
It's
so.
meant to be, but you
It's
can
meant
tell
to
they
be.
meant it to be, but it didn't work out. It wasn't what
Yeah.
they wanted.
They have really good moments in the beginning, like episodes 1 through 3. They've got wonderful moments together. The blind date. He like waits for her in the record store.
Yeah.
And he's like smitten with her right away. Like they have like these really impactful moments together, and then she saves him and she like hides him in the
Tends to his
top.
wounds. It's all super romantic.
It's amazing. It's super good. They almost get caught and he catches her with one hand.
Yep.
Come on, that's wild. It's like it's giving what it's supposed to give.
She steals food for him. They have a secret
We see him
knock at the
shirtless.
door.
Let's talk about him shirtless in the upper room, and he's like working out. Like there's a question like, oh yeah, I wonder if he's healed enough to like, he's like fucking Rambo up there.
He's like ripped, which looking
Shredded.
back probably should have been the main clue. But
Yeah, so he's doing pull-ups and push-ups, one-handed push-ups over there.
Just
It's
ripped.
amazing. She even like when he catches her, because she almost falls off a building, right?
Yeah.
He catches her one-handed, and she goes, "What are you, Superman?"
I lost it. Like it
Oh,
was
man.
adorable. It was all
It's
in.
great. She like gets locked up there with him because the people who came and were raiding the upper room were like, they lock the door when they leave, and so she's stuck up there. She's panicked. She's like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? I'm like stuck up here, and he's like trying to comfort her. He's making paper airplanes with her. He's like,
Paper
I'll figure out
airplanes,
something. Like, aren't I Superman? He's very attentive to her.
It's super charming.
It's charming.
I
You're
was
like,
here for it.
yes. And then as soon as he puts a gun to her head, I was like, oh yeah, they're dying. Like 100%, this is not going to end well.
Right.
110%, he's going to die. Those are my thoughts.
Immediately. I knew that they were.
Immediately.
I knew like someone's gonna.
I was like, they're never going to recover from this. Look, ladies, if a man puts a gun to your head and then later tries to say, oh yeah, forgive me, I'm sorry, Listen, the damage has been done.
There's
Not
no
take
coming
him back.
Please.
No coming back. Yeah. The hostage situation ends up really killing the romantic drive of the show,
And
right?
they never get it back. So, and here's the problem. I can forgive all of that, but they keep trying to frame certain scenes as romantic. They're like, wait,
Yes.
no, you can't. No, like he'll go,
Yes.
so we'll just lean into the fact, that he's a North Korean spy and a threat to national security with no regard to human life. So he'll pull a gun on a hostage just for trying to live their life. And we're supposed to believe Youngro is like, no, don't shoot her. Don't shoot her for me, being the implication. And I'm like, for you, he's holding you hostage. He's holding all of you hostage. Like, this isn't romantic. This is terrible.
This is terrifying.
Like,
and I gotta be honest, I have in my notes that I feel like the showrunners thought this was a good idea to have a romance between a North Korean and a South Korean after the massive success of Crash Landing on You.
yeah, and that didn't.
Which is that, North and South star-crossed lovers, same kind of romance. But in this case, I feel like it went sideways,
When I tell you I was upset, like I don't, because
It's
they're
upsetting.
trying so hard to make it romantic. I'm like, no, you lost the magic.
Yes.
You wrote yourself out of that. And I was hoping what was going to happen was, okay, instead of leaning on the whole romantic thing, they would be like, okay, well, Youngro realizes what's going on. So now she's going to team up with the other hostages and the people from her dorm, the girls from her dorm,
Right.
against him. And it was going to be this cat and mouse game. Like, I thought you loved me, but you didn't. But they didn't. They kept trying to push the romance anyway. And it leads to a very unearned final episode. Like,
Yeah. Well, let's save the
Yeah,
final
yeah,
episode.
yeah.
Let's save it though. But yeah, I have in my notes Florence Nightingale because she gave him first aid and like fiercely protected him and hid him in the dorm. And then of course you mentioned Stockholm syndrome. That's literally what this is.
yeah.
People developing positive feelings toward their captors or abusers. And I personally felt very conflicted over the romance because I love Jung-hin. I have already said that I think he's beautiful. He's intense. He has acting chops, the physique. What am I going to do? Like, how can I even breathe right now? But then he's like a full-bodied communist and spy, like double whammy. And then around episode 8 or so, I have in my notes that like what was extremely annoying about the two characters is that every time they have a one-on-one interaction together, they played this sappy piano music. And it's really sad, melancholy song. You kind of makes you feel like they should be together, that the showrunners want you to feel sympathetic towards them, or maybe just sympathetic towards him and his struggle, their struggle as a quasi couple. And it's so annoying because it's frustrating because it makes you it feels like it's undercutting how seriously offensive it is to try and get these two characters to be together. You know what I'm saying?
It's
offensive.
It is offensive. Yeah, you know what? Now that I'm looking back at it, it's a lot more offensive than I remember because it's pretty atrocious actually. Because they're trying to push this angle so hard, and you're just not feeling it. It's like I don't ship this anymore. He's holding like 60 young women hostage, including an old woman and an old man. But that was a whole other thing that the writers
That was
decided
another.
to-
Well,
that pissed me off.
yeah.
So I was so mad, bro.
I thought the show was going to get a little smart around episode 8 when she pulls like a Princess Jasmine sort of deal. Like she demands that he explain to her why he has her paper airplane. And if that's what drew him back to the dorm, did he come back for her? And she gives him this back hug.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my God, a back hug.
It's like it's happening.
It's happening. And then he gives her a front hug. But then she goes for the detonator in his back pocket.
Yeah.
Like she was faking it to try and get like something out of him. And it was, Princess Jasmine in Aladdin is the example I have in my notes.
I thought the detonator was fake too. Like,
oh man, yeah.
like I thought they introduced the detonator as fake. Like,
I knew like from the get-go that they didn't rig the entire building to blow. They were like, we have explosions everywhere. Like, you can't go anywhere because I have this detonator. It's going to blow up the entire building. We're all going to die together.
And you're keeping it in your back pocket.
Bullshit.
Like, that's not even remotely true. Like, because he fell.
I was like, you're telling me you have a duffel bag full of enough explosives to blow the entire building, sweetie.
And when did you have the time, like, to set those up? Also, what about the wiring thing? When the ANSP like drills holes into the wall and starts wiring, like, is that?
You're telling me there's no music, no nothing, no storms or lightning or anything that would like offset the noise of them drilling through concrete. Mm-hmm. And they managed to do it secretly.
Because that's really loud. And look at how thick the outside of that building is. They had to drill like 10, 12 inches just to get through the wall.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about? And then they were so obviously sticking out of the wall. Like, I was just... I'm so upset.
They're like, shh, shh. They're listening right now. I'm like, you didn't hear when they did that?
This show had me so tight
that?
with so many little things. Like, this show had me so tight. Like, I was like, this isn't believable anymore. I'm not rooting for them.
Yeah.
But, you know, whatever. Fine.
Episode 10, we get a really good moment with our telephone operator, like, actually turning to the dark side. And she comes out with the red polka dot dress and the beret and the gun. Oh, me. That was the biggest you get what you fucking deserve, like, school shooter mess I've ever seen in K-drama.
It really was. And it's so funny to me that it, even at her most threatening, it took some convincing for them to back down. Like, this one girl was like, I'm not afraid of this gizzard. Like,
that was her nickname, yeah.
She's like, I'm not afraid of you. Like, what? You sold us out and you're so desperate. You know what? That's what it was. She was so desperate. And that's the only thing that kept me feeling bad for her. Like, she was never. I did not feel bad for her at all. She was just like, I felt bad for her on a very detached level. I'm like, man, no, not feel bad. I pitied her. I pitied her. I'm like, damn, you don't stand a chance. You're just like desperate. Like,
yeah, her character was Bunok.
Even like she would keep trying to communicate the ANSP, and they were like, "Don't call me again, or I'll kill you." Like, they were sick of
it. They
her.
were like, "Get off this line."
I don't. She's dumb. She's dumb. Oh,
it was. It was.
That was a tasty comeuppance though when they asked General P, or they asked the headmistress, like, "Hey, who do you want to leave this building? Who do we need to get rid of?" Chooses everybody from dorm 204. Chooses the girl who has narcolepsy because she's like always going to be an issue, and chooses the gizzard too. And they're like, the gizzard gets in the way of her own success. She's like, no, we should do a lottery system, blah blah blah. And when they cut back to the headmistress, it's like, yeah, she's very pathetic, like her family's poor, and if it wasn't for this job, they're gonna die. What a horrible.
Yeah, she ruined her own chances of getting out.
That was a pretty tasty comeuppance, though. Even if it meant everybody was failing, I was like, damn. But she never learned her lesson, so
she never did. She never learned her lesson.
To the very last episodes, she was always with that microphone trying to sell everybody out with that walkie-talkie. Yeah. Like, no.
Oof. And the money, she was trying to steal, like the spy money and all this stuff.
You only have to, if you're good at stealing, you only have to do it once. Literally, they were the thinnest racks of money I've ever seen in my life. They were like covered with saran. Like, just put it in your bra and call it a day. Like,
right.
She's like hiding.
She only needed one.
Yeah.
She only needed one.
One of those was like, what, 3 years worth of her salary or something. They said, like, no, whatever, it's fine. Okay, you can hear how exhausted we are with this.
I'm exhausted. I really am. But anyway, the episode 11 has the coffee erasing, is what I called it. Is when Youngro makes Suho French press coffee, I believe. It's not French press. It's like an elaborate coffee
siphon. It's siphon coffee. Yeah,
siphon.
Didn't know they had those in the 80s, but okay. Like, she busted out a percolator. Like, where the fuck are we?
Like, for those who don't know, Miguel's a barista. No lie, he's a barista. So, oh my god, this is killing me. Anyway, he's like, they go back and forth saying like, this coffee's gonna erase, bad things. God. And he says, I held a gun to your head. And she's like, takes a swig of coffee and she's like, that's erased now. And I was like, the hell it is.
The coffee didn't even have cream or sugar, and you're like, it's gone.
Ooh,
like, no, it's not.
Raw.
Like, it's still...
No, it's still bitter.
I hated that scene. I gotta be honest.
But then they finally kissed as well. And he's like, then erase this too, and kisses her.
They should have given us coffee to like erase the past 9 episodes that nothing happened. Like
nothing happened. No progress. And then in episode 12, we get another fucking North Korean spy.
Yep. We get another North Korean
spy. Who the hell was the new player? They thought it was the cook.
Yeah.
It was not the cook. It was the old man who was helping him initially. He was like the janitor, caretaker, or whatever the building.
Yeah. Turns out to
who
be
was also
super all in.
deeply undercover for like most of his life, had a son in South Korea, all this stuff.
He even worked there through the first headmistress.
Yes, and then killed the first headmistress. And here's found out
what is their plan? Like, what are you spying on? What intel are you gathering from a girl's dormitory?
Right. That's my thing too, is that, okay, you're introducing all of these, like, it feels like they're retconning.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like they're retconning every few episodes. Oh, another spy. Oh, another this. And to what end? It's a girl's dormitory in the middle of Seoul.
Right.
Who you're hoping to catch here?
Yeah, like nothing's, and in a lowly job that's going to take up, well, not a lowly job, but it's a standard profession, but one that's going to take up all of your time. Mm-hmm. You live there, you work there, you sleep there. Like, when do you get to leave to get intel?
Like, what intel are you gathering here exactly?
Maybe that was part of the commentary. I mean, I do know, like, there was some pretty insulting moments, like, where they're like, damn, I pity you. Your life is, like, terrible. Like, even the woman who's being killed.
The spies are, like, going up to each other and be like, man, I really feel sorry for you because you have a worse spy job than I do.
Even when he's, like, choking out the old headmistress with, like, telephone cable, he's like, you could either give in or give up. And she's like, well, if my life is going to be anything like yours, I'd rather die. With her dying breath, she's like, you're in a cult. You gotta go.
Yeah.
And yeah, her dying breath is, I pity you. I pity you. Like, damn.
And that's what sticks with him, is like, he led a pitiful life here. And like, to what end?
I have a question.
Oh, man.
Because he kills, I have so many questions. He kills one of the other North Korean spies.
Yeah.
And when he...
Wait. In the last episode? Are you talking about
the last episode? Probably. I don't know.
I don't know which spies
the old guy kills the other 2 spies that were in the hostage situation.
So it's the last episode. Okay.
Can I?
Oh yeah, go right ahead.
So he kills one of them, and his dying words are, "Please don't tell my mother how I died." Are they alluding that the cook was actually his mother, or was that?
No.
I think they were, because remember when she's like, "Oh, my son, you need food, and he's like, "Mom," and he's like tearing up and shit.
No. I took it to mean that don't tell his real mother in North Korea that he died.
I was mad at that. Like, that was telegraphed too because of the way they framed the scene.
So, oh my God, yeah. So let's talk about this brutal final episode and the way they killed off the spies. So.
By the way, I felt bad for them by the end, honestly. Like, the spies.
Oh, yeah. By the end, I was like, just let them
because they're stuck.
Let them go.
They're not going home. They can't stay here. Like, it felt like shit, honestly.
It was a problem.
I don't know.
So they are talking back and forth of, like, what they'll miss about South Korea. And the one that, like, had a busted leg said, oh, yeah, I'm going to miss the fried chicken in South Korea.
And the other guy was like, I'm going to miss the soup.
And the one guy that with a busted leg gets up and starts talking. Literally mid-sentence, he gets shot in the head. Sniped.
It was so
And when
dumb.
it happened, I was like, I knew it was going to happen. I knew they were not going to make it to North Korea. I was like, they're going to die. And even so, I was still sucker punched.
I was so
with
upset.
That. I was upset.
Because they defected in ideology, too. Like, the implication is that they're like, okay, well, we can't go back north because our party betrayed us and we're going to die. So let's get our family and try to live down here. We don't really like the South either, but, we can try to live a normal life. Mm-hmm. So they at least defected enough from the ideology to get a fresh start. Mm-hmm. And that took, 15 episodes to do. So to see all that work I hated that for so many reasons. Like, removing all sentiment from it, I hated it because here's this old guy that we didn't know he was a spy or he was a threat or anything. And maybe it's just me, but even knowing that he is a spy, it's like, I still don't know your motive. So for me, these characters died for nothing. You're getting intel that these other 4 North Korean spies who you have no way of knowing are in the same building as you. That small world syndrome comes up again because it's like, okay, you're getting intel related to these 4 spies, but we never see North Korea talking to this one old guy. So it's like, all right, we're supposed to accept that you're a spy and that you have instructions to kill the main characters so far. I didn't buy it.
Yeah, it came up too late in the show.
Too late to care. Like,
it felt like a retcon.
Yeah. Yeah. They're like, we need to spice this up. And it's like, no, not like that. Let them go home.
There was it was betrayal upon betrayal, and it was just stacking up in ways that didn't add up.
And didn't matter in the end.
Like, Suho's dad was initially, kind of trying to keep him alive, trying to, work behind the scenes to get him back to North Korea, who seemed very upset that the South Koreans were trying to kill his spies, trying to kill his son and all this stuff. Lo and behold, we have what feels like a retcon. That's not his real dad. His real dad was a musician and was a creative and died in a mine or whatever, and he was an orphan, and he ends up getting adopted by this high-ranking official in North Korea.
Yeah, but don't forget, his second in command turns out to be his biological mom. Like,
yeah. So his adopted father is clashing with another female official who seems rather hell-bent on being villainous. More villainous than anyone else in the show, right? Why is she more villainous than all these
She
fools?
abandons her family, but somehow doesn't recognize that's her son.
Exactly. It turns out that she abandoned Suho when he was a child. She abandoned her family to, like, rise up the ranks of the North Korean military. And, like, it was so, like, stop making these bad writing choices.
I love when the only good thing to come out of that whole mess was the main North Korean dictator gifting this woman a painting of Saturn devouring his son by Francisco Goya. I lost my shit.
He was giving her such a sick burn, right? Oh yeah, like, this is yours, I'm giving it to you. Saturn eating his child.
The biggest mistake I ever made is assuming you were human. Like, for a North Korean dictator to tell you that, like, holy shit.
She was like, joke's on you because I don't recognize that as my son. Like, I have no children, so I'm still gonna kill him. And it was like, what? It was like like you're playing Uno and it's like someone sets down like a reverse
like,
and then
surprise,
like boom.
bitch.
Yeah,
pick up the whole fucking deck.
That's literally what that scene was.
I don't. This was the part where it all fell apart for me. Like,
oh,
this
really?
is
That part?
Well, there was, like, the threads were coming loose sooner. I was trying so hard to focus on the parts I cared about. When they showed the wives, checked out. When they showed the guy who was shouting too much, checked out. I loved the 2 ANSP agents that had, like, an on-again, off-again relationship thing going.
Yeah,
that was
I think
cool.
that needed a little more fleshing out, though, because she also had this weird subplot thing where her dad was the one that, like, tore them apart, and, like, he's the one that sent her ex-fiance overseas and, like, broke them up. Like, we don't need all of that.
They had time to introduce that if that was going to be a story, but they drop it across, like, 4 minutes.
Yeah, it's stupid. It's bad writing.
Or, like, I also liked, there was, when the North Korean spy, what was her name? The doctor.
The doctor.
I love when the doctor, like, gets to leave the dorm. That's when she shines the most. She's, like, wearing that Janet Jackson Rhythm Nation outfit, like, with the hat and everything.
It did look like Janet Jackson Rhythm Nation.
She's, like, running around and shit, and, like, she gets that foreigner investment.
It's like a moment where they're actually being spies.
Yeah, like
she's
the
actually being a spy here.
was crazy. So I don't know if you saw this bonus scene. This was actually my favorite bonus scene. You remember when the fortune teller tells one of the wives, like, "Oh, you're gonna meet someone who's gonna change your life."
Yeah.
Then they introduced this con artist lady.
Yeah.
My favorite, I don't know if you saw the bonus, there was a bonus clip that shows the doctor meeting her. It's like, okay, so you know what to do. You need to accept the $300 million. And the girl's like, oh yeah, no, I got this. I scammed all sorts of American men in Okinawa. You know what they called me, right? And she's like, yeah, the main schemer. And they start laughing. And I was like, okay. But it was cool.
What?
It was dumb, but it was really cool because I was like, where did this chick come from? Like,
Speaking of laughably bad things, real quick, the CGI in the city of Seoul,
a mess.
every time they're on the road or driving around, terrible. Horrendous.
And that's the worst that I've seen in a K-drama in a long time.
I was like, whoa, I thought this was Disney Plus money.
They spent all the money getting like all these like other fucking characters. Like they have like 30 characters.
It was a stacked cast. And these are all well-known actors. Like when I said supporting cast, it was just like 4 people. The most of these characters are veteran actors.
Too bad they didn't write them anything good.
No, nothing. Yeah. So I'm gonna jump back to the emotional connection because there's one last thing in the finale that kind of ties to this, right? So we're going back to Suho and Youngro. Their emotional connection, they don't quite zero in on it throughout the entire show, and instead it tries to go for all of this plot development and contrived plot twists, which we've detailed a few already.
Yep.
I'm sure there's more that we're missing out.
No, there's way more, but who has the time? Like, honestly.
Right. And I wasn't sure. I'm going to ask you this question. Does the drama allow the audience to go past Suho's horrific crimes and see a person just like everyone else who craves love and something familiar?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Because there are genuine moments. They show, even though it's very meandering, I was able to accept at face value that they showed that he was at least trying to be better and that he was in conflict with his ideologies. He knew that the North Korean party was wrong all along. And he was adopted into that life. They showed him in training, bucking all of the ideas, like, and all of the regulations. He's like, no, he clearly knows right from wrong. Mm-hmm. So the struggle was enough for me to be like, okay, fine. Like, you know, I can see there's a human being there.
Right.
But the problem comes back with, like, I know that intellectually, like, emotionally, I don't feel it because they don't give them enough chemistry. They don't give them enough romance. They don't give them enough anything. So while intellectually I know, like, he's more than what they're trying to make him out to be, he's obviously conflicted. He knows right from wrong. Do I care? Mm-hmm. That's the big question. Like, do I actually care? Because, no, not really. Not really, because you need to show it. Like, don't tell us they're in love. Don't give us like the same 4 scenes where she tries to stop him from doing something drastic. Show them a hug, show them kiss, show them talk about stuff. And I don't know. So yes and no, leaning towards no.
Okay, I agree with you. And I do feel like in looking back, those moments where they are together and having some sort of emotionally charged conversation where they're getting to know each other better, they stand out in my mind. But overall, I feel like they didn't do the romance let me put it this way. They didn't do these actors and their chemistry justice.
Fair
because
enough.
I thought they were acting their asses off and I thought that they had wonderful chemistry together, but they're doing it and they're not getting returns. Diminishing returns throughout the show.
Those actors were carrying the show. They were carrying it.
Yeah, they had to have surgery afterwards to fix their back issues from carrying the entire show on their back. So it's just.
I was about to say, geez, this production was rife with so many issues. Oh, and that.
No, it's a joke.
That poor nerdy like butch girl. Apparently, she passed away. The one who was one of the protesters.
What?
Yeah, you know the one with the glasses with the super close.
Yes.
Apparently, she died like in real life.
What?
Yeah, under unknown circumstances. She was 29, and it was shortly after it aired.
Oh my gosh.
Of course, they buried this like after the bonus, after the OST, after everything. So like it's easy to miss. But I was like, wow, this production is a mess. Obviously.
Well, did you like the way that it ended, because we already talked about the other two spies getting offed. The grandpa spy also dying. And now Suho goes back to the dorm because they're going to blow up the dorm. They're going to kill the girls. And he decides to go back and like save her.
I can't tell if I like the ending or I like that it ended. That's kind of what I struggle with. Because it's like...
Good point.
You know what it is? I mentioned earlier that I like the show, and I still stand by that despite everything. I like the idea of the show. I like the pieces that it had. I love the hall director. I love the chemistry between the actors. I love the girls' dorm. Like, I love the setting. I love the spot. There's so much I do love about it, but it doesn't pay off. The ending... Did I love the ending?
I think in a really twisted sort of way, like in the same way that I like the ending of Romeo and Juliet, I liked this ending because it is so woefully Shakespearean.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
In a sense, you're just like overwhelmed by the tragedy of it.
I'll bandwagon that. I think that's the best way of putting it. I like that. I like that it's very... If we're going to look at it through the lens that we knew they weren't going to stand a chance the second that he pulled a gun on her, then yes, I like the ending. He was killed. That's really sad.
It was like a... I mean, what's another death that like compares to this? I feel maybe, oh my God, RoboCop.
Yes.
The death in RoboCop seems on par with Suho's death in Snowdrop, because it is, you're just stunned. Like, he gets shot like a million times. He's protecting her. It's gross hyperbole.
It's so much. And it's, you know,
It's a lot.
it's cheap, but it works because despite everything, when we finally get to see the life or death stakes, like, okay, like it wasn't perfect, but he literally died in her arms. Like, it was a perfect representation. Like, this was never going to be, it was never going to work. And in a way, I'm glad that he had to die. He had to die. If they ended up together, that would have just been gross. Like, there was no way it was going to work. I like how everybody ended up. I like that the spies that were really corrupt died. I like that the doctor ended up going to North Korea with the $300 million because you know she's going to save all their families and she's going to dip. We have proof that she can do it. So I felt at peace with her ending. Yeah. I felt really at peace with her ending. I love that all the husbands got arrested because that was just annoying.
Oh, let's talk real fast about Young-ro's dad, who I thought was going to be kind of an ally and definitely try and get the girls to live. And then he ended up being just as evil as any of the other, you know, idiots who were in power.
It's pretty bleak. It's actually pretty
I was like, that
bleak.
is the bleakest thing about this. Not just the romance being like crashing and burning, but her dad is... but her dad is also so much to blame.
I hated that. I loved it from a story perspective, but I hated that, like, bro, everybody was so corrupt. The mother who was only really fixated on getting 13 of the hostages to die, and repeatedly
every time like something
asking,
happened,
like, hey, did 13 of them die? Like,
yeah, she kept like asking if 13 of them died, like how many of them are left in the building. You know, something dangerous is happening and she's happy about it. It's just,
it was inconsistent writing too. It was really inconsistent because at one moment you think he's an ally, the next you don't think he is, and then one moment you think he's an ally, and then, you know, I didn't. It was so tiring.
Yeah, it kept you guessing, but it just annoyed. Yeah. We did get an epilogue though for our couple.
Yes,
because he leaves her the cassette message.
Oh God, yeah.
And he tells her, "You bloomed flowers inside me who was so cold."
All right.
I guess that's where Snowdrop comes from, because it's like a snowflower.
There's something lost in translation there somewhere.
I bet you anything there's
probably that is probably like a mistranslation that somehow incorporates Snowdrop, or in their culture probably alludes to the power of a snowdrop. But there's a reason, and we're just not getting it. Actually, let's see if we can do some recon on that. Why the hell is it called Snowdrop? Wow.
Oh, man. But then we also have like a La La Land ending where he's singing in the cafe, and this was the scenario that they said, oh, like if we were normal and you weren't a spy and I wasn't, you know, so-and-so's daughter, like we would have met in these circumstances, and they actually play it out in the epilogue.
The singing is like... the song is like so traditional too. Like it's almost like a folk song. I was so confused. It was romantic, but also like, It doesn't say why it's called. Oh, I think I see why.
What happened?
There's a flower called a snowdrop that looks like a paper airplane. I'm so mad right now. Is that it? It looks like that. Here,
that's it?
Yeah, I think that's it. Let me see if I can. I'm going to send it to you on the side. You'll see it. Like, I'm just going to shoot this over to you because, like, now this has me kind of pissed. Like, I'm not even going to lie. I'm upset.
I'm excited to see the snowdrop.
Here, let's see. There we go. Send.
Oh, man. You're already laughing. You can't start laughing yet. I haven't seen it. Oh, shut up. Shut up. This is not... It does not.
Yes,
okay,
it does.
I guess it kind of does. I see it.
Listen, let me have this. Something needs to make sense because so much of it doesn't. And you know, when I googled that, I see the two romantic leads, and I'm angry again. Again. I do like it, but I like it in the way that I like a lot of movies that are kind of like I don't know, like The Goldfinch, My Own Private Idaho, movies that they're like, oh, they're kind of good. Like Chungking Express. I'm sure you've seen a movie like that where it's like a vibe, but is it a good movie? Ooh. That's how I feel about this play or this drama. Like, I look at the leads now and I'm like, they have so much chemistry. They're good looking. Everything is right, but the writing kills it. Like Superman with Brandon Routh. All the perfect actors.
Where they got all Superman with Brandon
They
Routh
got all the perfect actors, but the writing was garbage.
You think Kate Bosworth is a good... No, we're getting off topic here.
But whatever. Well, not really, because remember, he's Superman, so...
It's semi-related. There's the tie-in.
Fine.
Okay, I have come to the end of my notes. Do you have anything else you'd like to say about Snowdrop?
Let's see. Oh, I wrote a note saying, how is this show still going? Let's see.
I think that's pretty. That's a good thought to end off on.
I think so too.
If you have made it this far into the episode, thank you so much for coming on this weird journey. I'm not sure if you guys have heard other episodes, but we're not usually this negative about a show. I feel like, who am I kidding? We nitpick anything that we care to, but
yeah, but 25-21 was a bop, so. Like, I'm still reeling over that. If you haven't heard that episode, go listen to that episode right now. Go watch that show. I endorse it, whatever that means coming from me. Like, go watch that show, man.
25-21, amazing show. And that was Miguel was also on that show, so that's why he's endorsing it. He's on that episode. Okay, we got to get out of here. You got to go move to Japan, and I got K-dramas to watch, so we'll wrap it up. This has been our review of Snowdrop, and this is our show. I am Jessica, and this has been ATC Presents Daebak K-Rambles Podcast.